So here we go then, it's inspection day for Lily, the Volvo 240, a day that I've been dreading. So this is the German inspection, the roadworthiness inspection. It's called the TÜV here in Germany. It can be very strict, as you're about to see how strict it can be. Here's how it went. So, it's very wet, very rainy, and a little bit dark, but this can't wait. I've got to show you guys everything that this car has failed on. This is a failure, this crack here. Anyway, it gets worse. So, the rear brakes, they passed on efficiency. There was no issue with their performance. 200 on one side, 230 on the other, absolutely no problem there. But I'll tell you, as he showed me, so he brought us in and he said in between the plate here and the caliper you can see a little bit of the rear disc. Get a glimpse of it there. And he said it's not really shiny enough. I think maybe he's talking about there's like a bit of rust on the lip, on the outer edge. I mean, it's a shame you could see it. If that backing plate wasn't curled over, I don't think he would have been able to see it, but because he's just about seen in there and he's just seen that there's a little bit of rust on the outer lip, it's failed on the rear discs. I'm surprised he didn't fail it because of the hole in the metal as well there, but it needs all the tyres. This is a great one. It's not the conditions to be doing this, but I just couldn't wait for it. I'm pretty wound up. So let's say centre of the tyre. So we got just over 6mm there. I mean, I think what you get on a new tyre, 8 or 9mm. Still a fair bit of tread there, isn't there? Especially what actually makes contact. Yeah, just under 4mm. The bells of doom. So yeah, you get the idea. Anyway, these tyres definitely were good to go. A bit longer, let's face it. There's no cracks, there's nothing. I mean, these are from 2019, so they're only 4 years old. They're in great shape. And this, the icing on the cake, it's failed. That rust. So it's not even, it's completely smooth on the bottom. You can see on the bottom it's fine, on the corner some surface rust, but it's really just on the inner skin, not even on the outer. There's no problem on the outside. It's not exactly going to cut someone's leg off or anything like that. Still solid as well. Can't drive it if it's like that, so yeah. So there we go. What do you think? For me, I think it's crazy. I think it's just way over the top. You can see how nice that car is, and if you've been watching the channel for any length of time, you know that car's in good shape. And yeah, I was really confident. I honestly thought it was going to go through. I didn't think they would say anything, but if you were to pay to get those things done, let's say if I wasn't around and Miss Involvo'd had that car and she had to go and get that work done. I mean, if the door was to be fixed properly, you know, repaired, re-welded, redone, resprayed, all that kind of stuff. Obviously the tyres, the rear brakes, the lights, everything. I mean, I worked it out. It's give or take €1,000 or so. It's in that region anyway. For me, it's going to cost me about half that. It would normally be less, but obviously it's the price of the tyres. That's going to be quite expensive. 4 new tyres to get them fitted, which obviously I can't do myself. Would be funny to try, but yeah, it's not going to work. And wheel alignment here is about 70 or 80 euros to get it done. The front tracking, the front wheel alignment. So yeah, it just all adds up. Labour rates are high. You know, parts are expensive. In any case, I have to buy new parts. I can't get used parts. It's only really the lights that I could buy used. I couldn't buy used brakes, but even the lights, people just want too much money now. You know, it's just getting stupid. You know, people are charging more for a worn used set of lights than even what you can buy a new set for. So yeah, you know, it's just crazy. So people think they're sat on gold at this point, don't they? So even though there's actually still plenty of parts around, there's still quite a few of these Volvos around here in this country, although a lot less than there would be if it wasn't for things like this, for these inspections. So yeah, I just think it's way overkill. But let me know what you think. Do you agree with the tester? Do you think he was right? You know, do you think that all that stuff is justified and correct? Like, personally, I don't think anything on that list is valid. Like, I don't think one single thing on that list is really actually a good reason to fail a car and take it off the road and say you're not allowed to drive that car. It's too dangerous. No, not one thing. I did forget to mention that it's actually failed on the emissions as well. But he did say he thinks that when it's properly warm, it should go through. 168 euros, I think this cost me. Yeah, it's not fallen at a good time, this really, because the baby's on the way. We've just moved house. We had to buy all the kitchen stuff and all that expensive stuff. I'd rather just spend the money on Volvos, but which, on that topic, we are actually saving for another Volvo as well, but unfortunately not another red block Volvo. Miss Involvo'd wants a newer Volvo, so yeah, it's going to have to be something newer with airbags and all this kind of stuff. So I don't even know where to begin, but yeah, we're kind of arguing between V70, P2, P3. No prizes for guessing that I want the older one, but to be honest, to me, I've got no idea about any of them, but I am quite excited at the idea of a 5-cylinder, something I've always been keen on, so at least that will sweeten the deal a little bit. So, but yeah, we've just got so much to spend and so much that we've already spent, so you know, having to spend another $500 now on top of this 168 or whatever, yeah, just not expected, and wouldn't have been so bad if it was actually things that were actually wrong with the car, you know. So but yeah, there we go. Anyway, let me know what you think, and yeah, I'll see you in the next one when we get these things sorted.